Hey guys, so I started collecting vinyl about a month ago, and every 10 or so that I buy, I want to upload a video, talk about vinyl itself, the packaging, music, stuff like that. So without further ado, I'm going to start with some hip-hop, Aesop rock, Labor Days. This is the first MC I ever heard that really made me appreciate lyrics. Before that, I really only cared about beats, the sound, flow. But after hearing Aesop, I really started paying attention to what MCs were saying and how they were saying it. And really, there's no better example of how to do that than Aesop. He's consistently excellent at rhyming and these abstract ideas and these really weird, quirky word plays and word choice. This album in particular, I think, was his breakthrough. Blockhead, who the producer he collaborates with very frequently, has amazing beats throughout this entire album. Aesop is fantastic throughout. I love how this sounds on a turntable. I think hip hop, that's how hip hop was meant to be heard. It sounds so crisp and clear and just so cool. I just love the aesthetic of how hip hop sounds on a turntable. So yeah, fantastic record. Nothing really phenomenal about the packaging, just typical. Next is one of my favorite all-time albums. If I hadn't heard this album, I probably would not even be as close into heavy music as I am. But my cousin's boyfriend recommended I check this out. I did, and it changed my perspective on music. Of course, I'm talking about metalcore classic Converge Jane Doe. I've had this on CD for a while. Absolutely fantastic album. Their influence on hardcore music, metal music is really hard to quantify. And the packaging on this vinyl is outstanding. I mean, when you see Jacob Bannon's art, you know it's who did it. Really love that. Another thing I love is it comes with a booklet of all the art. Every single song, he did some cool art with it and incorporated the lyrics into the art. You can't really read them, but you can see it, and just I love his art. It's fantastic. The vinyl itself, it's really cool see-through gray with smoky effect. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can see it's see-through gray, and there's a cool kind of like black smoke tied in. Really phenomenal. I'm a big fan of this record. I mean, I'm pretty much gushing over it right now. If you say you're into heavy music and have not at least heard this album, I know, I mean, obviously I'm biased because I love it so much, but I think that's one of those metal albums you have to hear at least once. You don't have to, I don't see why you wouldn't like it, but if you don't, that's fine. Just make sure you've heard it at least once in its entirety. Next is a band that Converge did a split with back in 2011, Dropdead. They've only released 2 albums, and they don't name anything, so it's hard to say what it's called. And of course, the title they gave it is a bunch of I think, Asian, I'm not sure what language that is, but a bunch of different symbols. Phenomenal power violence hardcore punk record, I guess. I mean, there's some hints of grindcore in there, but mainly it's just straight up abrasive power violence hardcore. Really quick to the point. I mean, there's 10 songs at least, I think, I haven't counted, on each side. And you see kind of the anarchist, anti-political charged artwork and stuff, all that, lyrics. I really like, I mean, a lot of punk records, I didn't expect the vinyl to be that, like the packaging to be that great. But this one is pretty nice, especially I love the blue vinyl, really cool, really nice. So yeah, this is a great record. I would check it out if you like just fast, abrasive, heavy music. It's just wonderful record. Next is probably my favorite post-hardcore band just because of how consistent they are with every record. This was the only record I didn't have on CD, so I bought this one. But all the records they've released, like on Discord, they're only like $12 on vinyl, which is insanely cheap, especially for the quality of the record. This one, Fugazi Repeater, is the specific one I'm talking about right now. Really phenomenal, influential post-hardcore. With Ian Mackay, formerly of Minor Threat, you see all the band members there. All the lyrics, it's typical black vinyl, but This record was just one of the first ones because I checked out Minor Threat and I checked out these guys, and it was really the foundation for liking or being able to like things like Jane Doe, heavy music. This was just I was big into punk when I was a kid, and this was one of the highlights. Just a fantastic, fantastic record. Next, speaking of punk, this is probably one of my all-time favorite bands. Period. Misfits Static Age. I don't think I could pick a favorite Misfits record, but if I just had to choose one, I might pick this one just off of the amount of great songs on here. I mean, you have Some Kind of Hate, Last Caress, Hybrid Moments, Teenagers from Mars, Angel Fuck, Attitude, Bullet, Spinal Remains. Shit, there's so many great songs in this. I mean, typical packaging. The sleeve has like some words, some newspaper clipping, picture of the band. But if you like just well written, just every song is memorable. I think a lot of punk groups, it's hard to have memorability, but this album, especially the songs I listen to the other songs, each song is distinct, great hook. Obviously, Glenn Danzig is a fantastic vocalist. Just would not be a bad place to start. But all their records are great. I even like the Michael Graves era, the two records. It was Famous Monsters and American Psycho. I think those are both great records too. But obviously, the Danzig era, if you're checking out Misfits, start there because those are just excellent, excellent records. Next, Mission of Burma, Signals, Calls, and Marches. I mean, I have verses on CD. This is a collection of EPs. This is originally only 6 tracks. The one I have is a reissue, which is 11 tracks. It doesn't really feel like an album. Doesn't flow that way. Every song is great, and I love it, but it kind of doesn't have that album feel like some of the other records here. But when I was researching this more, I didn't realize how influential these guys were on bands like Pearl Jam and Nirvana and REM. These guys had big influence. I mean, you can tell why. This is post-punk, great post-punk, really influential on alternative acts of the 80s and 90s. But damn, this is a great, great record. Nothing great about the packaging. It's kind of just typical black, but fantastic record. If you're into post-punk, post-hardcore, alternative rock, this is a great, great place to start, or just check out either way. Yeah. Next, influential and early grindcore and death metal. Repulsion Horrified, really gross artwork there. When I looked it up online, I bought this from Armageddon Shop in Cambridge. Great store. If you're into metal and hardcore, definitely check that store out. They have a location in Cambridge, Mass, and Providence, Rhode Island. On the website, when I ordered this, it said, like, green splatter. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. But when I saw it, I mean, this is beautiful. Look at this. Fantastic. I mean, that's probably my favorite vinyl itself that I own. And I played it a lot just based off of that, just because I love looking at it. And obviously the music itself is great. It's just gritty, to the point, heavy, thick, disgusting, abrasive, fantastic. There's so many adjectives to describe this album, but it's just, if you want the rough early days of death metal and grindcore, you can't go wrong with this album. It really is a phenomenal record. The insert, kind of some rough, not so well put together collage of band members and stuff, and then the back is the lyrics with some gross artwork. But yeah, this is a great, great record. If you're looking to get into either grindcore or death metal, definitely listen to this. Very, very good record. Next, Bittersweet Thoughts on this album, because Slint Spiderland, fantastic record, but the packaging is so. Well, let me tell you, when I bought the CD first, the CD itself, neither side had a graphic on it. So, like, I had to figure out which side, I actually got it wrong the first time, which side actually had the music on. It just is kind of, and I mean, the same thing with this, kind of lackluster, just nothing. and there's no insert in the other one, just very straight to the point. But I wish the packaging was a little better, but the music itself, I think, technically they're the first post-rock band, I guess. I mean, they coined the term, that's what they call themselves, post-rock, but really influential on Godspeed You Black Emperor, Isis, post-metal, Mogwai, great record, influential. I love the way the guitar sounds, the songwriting. Yeah, yeah. Don't let the lack of good packaging deter you from checking this record out. It's a fantastic record. Really great, solid stuff. Slint Spiderland, if I didn't say it, I might have. Next is two records by the same band, but they couldn't sound further apart. First, Velvet Underground, self-titled. Not one of my favorites of theirs. It's very simple, plain rock pop music. I mean, it's classic, good record, but not my favorite. Normal packaging, pretty plain, stuff like that. Good record. I enjoy it, but not as much as this one, which is probably my favorite Velvet Underground record. White Light, White Heat. Really out of whack, messy, sloppy, thick, distorted, proto-punk, I guess is what it's called. Kind of a cool term, but yeah, I mean, this record was very influential on punk music, and you can tell why. I mean, you got Sister Ray on here, which is over 17 minutes long, and just these freewheeling, messy rock songs. Yeah, I'll say this is my favorite. I mean, I love Nico, but this is such a great record. Nothing. I mean, it's a cool gatefold, but there's nothing really great about the vinyl or the packaging. I mean, you have the band members right there, but other than that, nothing too spectacular about it. So yeah, that's all I have for today, right now. So if you have any questions for me or suggestions based on what I bought, that'd be great. Yeah, so next time I buy 10 more records, I'll make another video. Hope you all take care till then.